So now we're going to Dr. Alex, and she is going to start to tell us about science and then about germs. So I'm going to hand over to Dr. Alex.
So now we're going to talk a bit about the science that we're looking at today. So as you can see, there's Ardash, and I think that's Vivi, yeah, from our story. So science is about what we know and what we want to know. So maybe, who was the person who liked gemology? What do you know about gemology, Millie?
Well, I know about gemology that, well, gems can be made from rocks, but things can be made from gems.
Yeah.
Like
Jewelry.
Black onyx is made for like jewelry and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And is there anything you still want to know about gemology?
Well, I want to know how people discovered gems.
Yeah, so that's exactly what science is. So we already know some stuff, and then we want to know even more stuff. So we use science to find out what we want to know. So I've got a picture right here of some of the different types of science that we look at. So I think a few people mentioned animal science. So there's insects, there's germs can have DNA. So we can look at the helix of the DNA. I don't know if anyone's seen that picture before. Has anyone seen that before? I think David has. Yeah. Anyone else? It's a very special picture.
Mikey's got her hand up too.
Mikey, I have to scan through all the pictures, all the videos. Great, that's fantastic. Okay, so we also have anthropology. That's the study of how living humans came to be what we look like. So we've got a skull in our head, we've got our hands, and we can walk on two legs. So that's a study of anthropology. We've also got space science. So we've got astronauts we sent to the moon back in 1969. We've also got some chemistry. I know some of you like chemistry. We've got robotics. So we've got robot science. We can use coding to make a machine do what we want. And then we've also got medical science. So all of the fantastic scientists who take care of you in the hospital and the GP, and those ones that have been developing vaccines for us. So that's all the different. That's some of the different types of science that we can learn about. Okay, so how do we do science? Can anyone see a tool that we use in science? Can you tell me one that you see? Yeah, Millie?
The goggles, and it's like you might be doing something and like it might hurt your eyes if it gets in them.
Yeah, goggles are really important for keeping safe in a lab. Yep. Anyone else want to have a go?
David's saying thermometer and gloves.
Okay, yep.
Calculator and phone and a ruler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic. Anyone else want to
there?
Does anyone want to tell me what in the big picture down the bottom on the left, what are those? They're a bit hard to see.
Tubes?
Tubes, yeah. Is there a word before tubes that we use in science?
Millie's got her hand up.
Oh, yeah, Millie?
And
Say that again.
Test tubes.
Test tubes, fantastic. So when we use test tubes in a lab, we're mixing different chemicals to figure out what reacts with each other. When I did my science degree, I actually mixed shark DNA with other chemicals to find out what species of shark there is that we had, because we were trying to figure out what species we had. That was our mystery.
Oh, that's so amazing. And Chloe has said microscope.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the chat. So that's cool.
Awesome.
And the rubber gloves are always very important. So that because sometimes you think that a germ might hurt us, but in fact, if we don't wear gloves, sometimes our bacteria can kill the actual experiment, can't it, Alex? So we've got to be careful as well.
Yep, that's right.
Don't we?
Has anyone else got a microscope besides David? Anyone here got a microscope at home? That's okay. Maybe it can be a Christmas present so you can keep doing science at home. Okay. And I've got a question. Why have I put a picture of a phone in this? What's useful about a phone in science? Anyone want to have a guess?
Maybe like the materials inside the phone.
Maybe. So what do you use a phone for? What kind of apps are on it?
Well, maybe the code and all the processes and stuff that's put inside it.
Yeah, so we can figure out how a phone works. We can code to make a phone, but
Yeah.
you know, camera on your phone as well. So you have a camera, you can take observations, so you can take pictures of what you're observing. I like to take pictures of plants when I go on walk. If I don't know what it is, I'll take a picture and I'll look up later so I can find out what it is. That you can also get apps like a magnifying glass on your phone, and you can get a light meter, so you can measure how much light is hitting something. That's very useful if you want to test something out in the world, and you need light to make sure it's a fair test.
Well, that's good. Ike's got her hand up as well,
Yeah.
Dr. Alex.
Yes, Ike?
It's about the compass thing. This picture. We need a compass to tell where we are going so we don't get lost. And in science, we would need it for
Maybe detecting magnetism.
Yes, so that's a good guess. That is actually a picture of a stopwatch. You're exactly right about what a compass does. I'm not sure what example I could say a compass is used for, but that stopwatch could be used for testing how fast something can go. So if you wanted to test how quickly you could move a boat from one side of your pool to the other, you'd use a stopwatch. And then if you think it could go faster, you fix the design of the boat, and then you test it again. So you can keep testing it with a stopwatch, testing the time. Yep, one more from Millie.
well, the phone. If there's two things, whereas saying if something spilled and maybe it was really hot and then it made a fire, you would need it so you could call the fire brigade to like put the fire out.
That's
Yeah. If
But
you had a
science.
scientific emergency, you could use your phone to call the fire brigade. That's exactly right. But sometimes we make mistakes in science, and that's okay. We've just got to be safe.